bites. Now we have 13 squirrels. I can't get them off of me. He kicked me right in the chest there. Do you see that? Oh, skip it up and down. Little bit. And the snowy egret is doing very well. Look at his little tongue.
Bugs! Oh, what the hell?
I'm not quite sure if he wants to.
Oh, yeah, I think I skipped through a video where he showed the duck.
Would be a day for old Uncle Ben to make a post. But old Uncle Ben's been up every night, all night for the last
looks so
3 nights,
cozy.
getting no sleep at all. But at least
It's
this house
Christmas
looks
tree.
nice, and the old house
Wait, is he
now
like
completely
living there
converted
from
into an
now?
office.
Like
These
his
little
actual
dinguses
house?
survived 3 cold nights here with minimal shelter. They were
Oh,
pretty
that's so
dumb
cool.
about finding a warm place to sleep. But as you can see, the Cappies are all alive, or at least 3 of them are. I see 3 of them. I was told by my buddies that because Patrick is from Texas and his family line is from Texas, he is fine.
I wonder what his parents think about him doing all
this. But these
this.
Cappies are doing great here. They survived.
Like,
They
as
survived
in, like,
3
do they
nights of
ever
going
like
down
come
to freezing
visit? Does he
temperatures.
have
And little
parents?
Patrick was sleeping out here with them. Now this is open so that these guys can be up here. And Patrick just hops up on the porch whenever he wants to. If Patrick wants, he can follow me in here. Broccoli on the ground, but the tortoises are just kind of walking around in here. But when Patrick walks on the vinyl, that's when he starts to slip. But now that he's a bit older,
Yeah,
he's a little bit better at not
crack
slipping on the
house to
vinyl.
oldness.
Come on, buddy, get out of here. It's time to take this little boy to All Things Wild. Also going to be taking this little boy finally so he can be with some other con-specifics. Master Oogway's under there for some reason. Go ahead and let Big Ounce hop out, and then I'll just put him right over here by this broccoli. This is food for him. Precious little
broccoli.
What a perfect little man. But this little guy here is finally ready to be with some other squirrels. And I can't keep him here any longer because the longer he stays with me, the more friendly with people he's going to be. And even though he's just a squirrel, it's not the end of the world if he's friendly. We want him to be able to fit in well with other squirrels in the wild. But look at this. Patrick's so good at jumping down here now. And although it makes me sad, I want what's best for this little fella. So I'm also taking him to All Things Wild today because he can be an educational ambassador for them. Even if he's a little too old to be wild now. If you guys are new to the channel, he was raised by a woman illegally. He's very, very friendly now, so he's not going to be able to go back into the wild. Get in there, boy. Get in there, boy. But now we got this little guy, we got the raccoon, and it's time to go to Austin. And look how happy Biggerton is.
He put the squirrel
He's got this
in the
whole place to crawl around and a ton
pocket.
of different places to sleep. Bye, Big Ounce. Enjoy your new house. Okay, we got a raccoon, a squirrel, and a
almost just said
fox all
Skrillex.
loaded up. I'm going to go pick up a vulture, I think.
Skrillex.
And then we'll be headed down to All Things Wild.
Right off the bat, we gave the injured fox from the last video anesthesia so we could give her an x-ray, and this duck with the broken beak from the older videos is doing really well. And now she's able to quack and eat dry food all on her own. Dare I say, garbanzo beans white?
But after the fox was under anesthesia, we went ahead and gave her an x-ray, and we couldn't find any issues with the spine. But then we noticed that she was covered head to toe in fleas. And after we started treating her for them, they all started coming out. So it's likely that she was just really dehydrated and sick with flea anemia. Thankfully, I only had her in the house for 1 night before I transferred her. Meanwhile, there were about 20 squirrels that all needed to go into a pre-release enclosure, and there wasn't enough room at the center. And we're gonna have to get this same setup before next year. After that, I helped change the water for this injured turtle. And Ian gave me a hands-on lesson on wrangling raccoons before release.
Yes.
I mean, just
Are you
kidding.
talking out of your ass because everyone else says no?
As you can see, that's me doing this by myself without any help at all. Yeah, you didn't need any help. But yours had longer sleeves. Oh!
I am.
I don't even want to. Bro. It's the other ones that scare me, you know? If they all figured out how to put in a concerted effort.
And even though these were all bottle
hostile
babies
like
at one point, they're still raccoons.
Because like I've only seen like friendly raccoon interactions like on the internet and with Uncle Ben. I've never seen them being this mad.
Look at this little goober.
Bro, I missed that.
Oh, what the fuck? They hate
You
him.
just jumped on him. You can get this one.
And while some of you guys may think this method is harsh, it's honestly one of the most ideal ways to give these guys a healthy fear of humans before their release. It's also fair to mention these guys are probably a little too big to be hand catching. But they made it in the carrier safely without any injuries, and they're ready to go to the wild. Meanwhile, we put the squirrel that I dropped off with another squirrel that had a little bit of social anxiety. And after they get a bit bigger, we can move them outside with the rest. Also, it turns out Big Ounce has a long-distance goth GF. Daffodil is their educational ambassador skunk that has a big crush on Big Ounce, apparently. But now our little fox is parasite-free and warming up nicely to her new enclosure. But that was 2 days ago, and the fox is now doing very well. And the squirrel that we dropped off is now in very loving, capable hands.
All right, everybody. Now we have 13 squirrels. I came with 1, and we're leaving with 13. All right, everybody.
I remember when I was a kid and I lived in Finland. One of my hobbies was like to ride my bike around like the neighborhood and like look like go past the places that has squirrels, and I was like counting how many I would see per day.
We don't have a raccoon.
It was fun.
We can house 13
It was always exciting for some reason.
I'm gonna clean this water out in a second. I might dump that one, but I think they can
squirrels.
swim pretty well. But this is everything they need for now. I'm gonna create some more hides in here.
More updated.
Come on, children, get on out of here. There they go. All right, there's all the squirrels. But as you guys can see, they're already crawling around, and there's no way that they can get out because of the wire that I have here. This is actually the perfect place for these little fellas. This guy won't come out, so I'm gonna leave him here. And I also need to let out these little fellows. Oh my goodness, look at all these little tails.
Let's go.
We got one.
I'm not finished.
Oh no, you guys. Oh, he's gonna bite my ear. Okay, aside from this one right now, these little guys are gonna be fine in here.
I lived in Finland for a little bit as a kid.
Open. Put the hoodie up. Oh, come on, get out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, he's not gonna get out, guys.
What the fuck?
Okay, well, he's stuck in there. Oh, get off me.
Oh no, what if he bites him?
Get off, you guys. I can't get him off of me.
This one might have been loved on a little too much when he was little. Okay, so some of them are a little bit friendlier than others, obviously. But now we've got these other ones that are very comfortable up here. They're going to learn how to climb. They did not have the ability to climb before.
Daddy,
and now we have
thank
tons
you
of these little guys, and they're going to be nice and wild. And the whole point of a pre-release enclosure is to let them get used to what the wild is going to be like before we actually release them. So for a couple weeks, we're just going to have these guys in here. I'm going to go to HEB and get a ton of food for these guys, but they should be ready to be released in 2 weeks. But that's it. All the squirrels are in here, and these guys are free to come and go as they please. And I also have all their paperwork and what they've been eating. I'm going to go ahead and buy all these things so these guys can eat. Right after I herd these guys back into their enclosure, I'm going to go ahead and set this fencing up tonight.
I want to watch
will stay off my front porch at night. And we can fence in the backyard away from this porch. Whatever's in that back paddock can go all the way back here into this shipping
You can sit in there and
all
watch
right,
the animals.
everybody. Went ahead and put all this food in here for these little fellas. They are not friendly at all, which is a good thing. These guys are pretty soon about ready to be released. But now they have all this stuff. The only thing I need to add to this is pecans, but they have lots of apple, cracked corn, sunflowers, kale, veggies, add some squash, pecans, and carrots to the mix pretty soon. All right, everybody. Welcome back to the Urban Rescue Branch. I am returning from a wedding, and I'm picking up an egret. A woman found an egret, and I'm going to take it off her hands. I just found her house.
Somehow an egret wound up on this woman's front yard and was getting attacked by one of her cats.
A snowy egret, I believe. I'm going to go ahead and
I was like, what the fuck is that egret? And he shows a cat. I'm like, is that not a cat? I started questioning if it's not a cat.
But I just saw Homelander here get kicked by this big muscle mommy. I'm going to move her away temporarily until she's a little bit bigger. Come on, Homelander, let's go. Get out of here.
Weird looking egret. I don't know what egret is. That's the thing. I thought it was like a wild cat or some shit.
And I can't go to bed without having a little spa with the baby.
Okay, so this is how you actually fight a kangaroo, guys. Take a look at this. I'm using a bad
he's punching his legs.
It's not very good low light.
Why does it look weird when animals are standing on their 2 legs?
It's not dangerous. Stop acting like you're scared. Come on. All you have to do is just grab their little hands. If you don't want them to scratch you, just grab their hands like this and give them a
strong.
Oh, he kicked me right in the chest.
Be careful, Uncle Bob. Don't want to get your balls punched.
I told you guys, it doesn't really hurt.
After that, if you're a true Sigma male,
he really
just stare them in the eyes and eventually
wear a shield.
And just like that, he gave up, you guys. Oh, that sure didn't feel good. Oh, and there's his wife. Don't mind if I do.
Whoa.
Oh, no. And as you can see, we only have a few little cuts, all right? From now on, I'm going to be wearing long sleeves, and that's not even going to be a problem. Look at Biggerton sleeping with Master Boogway. This is one of the most precious things I've ever seen. These two fellas just cuddling together for warmth.
All right, guys, it's the following day, and yes, I'm wearing a beanie. Get over it.
I've got the baby and his wife in this open paddock here with all of this space. And would you believe it, you guys? Some nice folks want to adopt Remington just in time for Thanksgiving.
It sure does my heart
heart good to know that there's kind people
Wait,
out there that want to
for
adopt my
Thanksgiving?
animals before the holiday season. Isn't
Wait,
that right, the baby?
adopt?
And the baby doesn't care about fighting during the day. He just wants to lay around and be
Wait.
Oh, the baby, time for your fan
Wait,
tax. Pay up.
does he actually?
See, guys, I still keep up with the news. Like this video for a free PlayStation Portable. Now, if you don't mind me, guys, I'm gonna raise up the baby so he can show me his Giat. Now, how about you put this little Bucky's hat on, Homeland? How about you put this little Bucky's hat on? Oh. But all these fellas are happy and healthy, and they're really enjoying all this nice new grass that we put in here. And it would seem that our friend Kevin is evil again, you guys. Look at this. It's like he's thinking about biting me, but he's not quite sure.
Many turkeys are bred
as
pets.
Okay, there it is. There you go, guys. Kevin is still evil, just not.
Yeah, I've never had a turkey. I think I never ate a turkey.
I have the goats in here until the concrete.
Anything that I've never eaten, I can't imagine eating it. I feel bad.
I'll be filling this bowl with water and fish so that he can eat and regain his
No,
strength.
I don't think I ever ate a turkey.
But tomorrow morning, I'll be taking him to All Things Wild.
It feels like eating a dog to me.
If he does have a broken wing, we'll have to use it. Or we might be able to give him a camera.
Stop eating turkey.
In the next video, we'll be bringing these cappies inside and giving
such
them
a hypocrite.
some pumpkin. And these guys are now safe to be outside for another few days. But that's it for now, you guys. I love you. I appreciate you. And we'll see you in the next video. Oh, I almost forgot to tell you.